Give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll probably become the king of Atlantis.
Woo! Yeah, bro!
And he'll talk like that.
Guys, welcome to the Cinefanatics. We're doing a reaction today. Kind of a trailer?
It's like an extended trailer slash clip-ish.
Anyways, yeah, it rhymes with fish. Anyways, we're going to do this today. It's going to be the Aquaman extended look. Anyway, I'm Chris Adams.
And I'm Robert Adams.
And this is the Cinefanatics reaction. This is going to be an interesting movie.
Yeah, coming from a history of Aquaman just being quite possibly the crappiest character in all of the DC comics.
Is that a hot take? I don't know.
Yeah.
For some people it might be.
Yeah, depends on how much your love of Aquaman is. We've seen Aquaman so far in Justice League and
clips in Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah, that one clip in Batman vs. Superman. And pretty much our only experience with him has been from Justice League, and he got positive reviews.
Yeah. Granted,
the movie was still terrible, but he himself, Jason Momoa as Aquaman, got pretty good reviews as far as his portion of that movie. So this is looking good so far. I'm still a little worried in a Aquaman property overall. So far, like in media, we have seen Aquaman guest star on Smallville, which wasn't too bad. I think that was Alan Richardson that played him in that. There was a failed Aquaman TV pilot
starring Green Arrow from Smallville.
Justin Hartley. And I think that also had Adrian Palicki in it.
Palicki. Oh.
Yeah.
What's
her face from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
All these dang Polish names.
Yeah. Yeah, don't get me started. And all of those have failed for the most part.
Yeah.
And now we're going to actually make a full-long movie of it. We've had, a trailer and a teaser so far that haven't looked too bad. The last trailer actually showed, brief glimpses of
Atlantis.
It showed Atlantis. It showed Ocean Master, which is Orm, his brother. And then it also did brief glimpses of Black Manta. The fact that those two are Aquaman's biggest adversaries in one movie, that's fantastic. I mean, they're really going all out on this. And from that last trailer, it looks pretty faithful.
Yeah, so my biggest thing right now is, how is this going to fare? I mean, we know that the DC universe has been kind of a bumpy road so far. Wonder Woman's gotten good reviews. Justice League, Batman vs. Superman, Man of Steel is actually getting positive as time goes on.
And it got fairly positive at the beginning, with the exception of Superman snapping Zod's neck.
Yeah.
I mean,
I always thought that was a good story explanation, but anyway.
And I do feel like it was a little too dark. Like, they were almost wanting to make Metropolis and Superman more like Batman and Gotham.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've had the one Aquaman trailer, we've had the Shazam trailer. You know, these movies do look like the DC universe is actually learning to take a little bit from the Marvel playbook.
Shazam looks good.
Which, yeah, it does. And I think that's actually the exact way to go. But this is going to be, 5 minutes long or so. So let's go ahead and get into this and see what we think about this thing.
Let's dive in. It says Atlantis like a snow globe.
Yeah. My parents were from different worlds. This comes out at the end of the year, right?
Yeah. In December.
I was a product of a love that never should have been.
Nicole Kidman.
A son of the land.
Is that Jango Fett?
Yeah. I think so. Tamura Morrison.
My mother always knew you were special.
Yeah.
You are part of something deeper. You are the bridge between land and sea. Take your rightful place as king
Someone wrote logos into those shallow waters.
Drawing a line in the sand.
Yeah.
We're getting close now.
Oh yeah? Close to what? Dying of thirst? There's no way Atlantis
So in
is
the
far in there.
last trailer, we saw them jump out of a plane over a desert. I'm guessing this is the continuation of that, and this is where they're going.
Yeah.
It's real.
One could assume.
There's your MacGuffin for the movie.
Nothing.
Or not.
Of course it's not working. It's been sitting here collecting dust since before the Sahara was a desert.
Before the Sahara was a desert. Let's just say you do your best thinking when you're not thinking at all. Right now, hold still.
Hey, what are you doing?
We need water. You're the closest source.
Okay.
So do Atlanteans not sweat or perspire or?
Like cold-blooded?
I mean, I've never autopsied one, so I mean,
Show off. Could have just peed on it.
really? It's like a turd in the wind. I mean, bathroom humor, really?
Trident resides the power of Atlantis.
Kind of okay with bathroom humor sometimes. Just can't stand fart jokes.
If you seek my power, journey beyond the edge of the world to the hidden sea. In the
Orm.
hands,
I didn't recognize him as Patrick Wilson in the first trailer.
Yeah.
destruction.
And I was like, oh, that was Patrick. I guess it was Patrick Wilson.
It would unite all our kingdoms, above and below. Hey, wait!
What?
Should we have written it down first?
I memorized it. Didn't you?
Oh, yeah, totally.
What did you just say?
Something, trident.
We were talking about it. That's all I got out of it too.
Yep.
The time has come for Atlantis.
It's not Ivan Drago.
This has a very different look to it than...
Yeah.
Who the hell are you?
He's the latest monster that Rita Repulsa sent down to Earth.
Oh, gosh. Go, Aqua-bro.
Yeah.
I just...
I'm waiting for Paul Walker and
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel or whoever to come running off the roofs as well. I don't know if this is in Brazil. Well, no, it's not. This is in
Grease.
yeah.
So, did James Wan direct that Fast and Furious?
He directed the 7th one, yes.
Oh, just the 7th one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't to Brazil.
No.
That was awesome. The war is coming to the surface. You are not going to win this.
Billions will die unless you help us.
Is that Cobra Commander?
Yeah. Is that Nicole Kidman?
Yes.
I'm the leader. I'm not a king.
Atlantis has always had a king. Now it needs something more.
Aqua-bro.
But what could be greater than a king?
Oh.
Nice.
Okay. That looks good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the big question. Like, were we ever going to see Aquaman in his original outfit? There it is.
Yeah, and
More or less.
I didn't think so just because of how hokey it was. I mean, it is like bright orange and green pants and just it's kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
And
X-Men.
second of all, because I couldn't imagine that being on Jason Momoa.
That's true. It's Jason Momoa was the tattoos, just like I said, the Aqua-bro.
My man.
My man.
Yeah, and that was kind of cool looking. It looked like he's pulling that off.
You think that? So you think they're gonna play it off as like that's his kingly attire? That's
Probably
his royal outfit.
Yeah. I think they're getting closer. Like, what was it? Like during the '90s, he did go shirtless most of the time. He had like armor.
Had the one like shoulder.
He had the shoulder armor thing,
the
and then
hand.
he had the hook hand because he had his hand bitten off by a piranha, which is his kryptonite. Yeah, don't ask. That was weird. Yeah, so I mean, they might be divvying it up between those two looks.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
Look pretty interesting, look pretty good.
It looks good. Again, like the style of this movie looks very different than almost any other movie I've seen. Like even when you compare it to Marvel movies, I don't know if it's just the saturation and contrast or how it is they filmed it, but it definitely has a more comic booky feel to me.
Yeah, especially when Black Manta
Is chasing him after him.
when Black Manta popped out, his costume, it just looked straight out of a comic book, and it was very comic book hokey, almost like the way Green Goblin was in the first Spider-Man movie. When they first showed him, and everyone was like, he looks like a Power Ranger villain or whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, I think what's happening here, and we're seeing it with Aquaman now, is that we've had so many comic book movies, so many superhero movies, that when they first started out, it had to be grounded and realistic looking. And your X-Men and your Daredevils back in the day, and everyone's had to wear black and leather. And we can't make them look like the comic book because it looks too cheesy. But over the course of time, we've gotten so many superheroes, and they've all kind of gradually gotten more and more and more comic book looking, that now we are just straight up like just rip it right off the page, throw it on the screen, and audiences will actually accept it now.
Pretty much, as long as you're doing that right. And I think that's coming from something like, say, Spider-Man. You couldn't really do too many changes to Spider-Man's costume without like the entire world revolting against you in your studio.
Yeah.
So like they had to leave Spider-Man alone. Superman's costume also pretty much the same.
Can't change much of that.
Luckily, like DC Comics has changed Superman before they changed it in the movies, I believe.
Yeah, the New 52.
Yeah, the New 52 comics, they got rid of the red trunks, and they kind of like just streamlined the whole Superman bodysuit. That's what they did in the movies too. Because of stuff like that, the way that comic book movies have evolved over time, it's allowing us, one, to have a Aquaman movie, and two, to have Aquaman in the Aquaman costume, even played by someone like Jason Momoa.
And I think, again, you have to give a little bit of credit to Marvel, because when you go from Iron Man, you have to translate Captain America to the screen, and that's another one. Like, how do you make a cheesy-looking Captain America outfit look good on screen? You got Thor. How do you make Thor work in general? Because Thor is very... His costume is very contrast to what reality would say. You know, you have to make all of these characters work, and over time, we've just, as an audience, grown to accept these things. And so now we have Aquaman in his original outfit, and we're saying, looks good. So... I'm excited for this movie. I'm excited for what they're doing.
It looks really good. It's kind of weird. Not only do I have high hopes for DC continuing movies right now. Yeah, because Shazam looks good. They're working on Wonder Woman 1984, which so far sounds like it might be pretty decent.
Who knows what they're doing with Batman and Superman?
Yeah. So they seem to be doing pretty well. So not only do I have high hopes for DC, or... like going into it knowing it's a DC movie. Now I'm also going into it knowing it's an Aquaman movie. And I know I could bash Aquaman 3 Ways from Sunday, which everyone else in the world probably could too.
It's been done beating a dead horse or seahorse or something.
Yeah, beating a dead seahorse. But yeah, I mean, it looks good. It looks interesting. I will definitely be going to see it, probably with you.
Yep.
When it comes out.
And we'll more than likely do a review for it as well.
Yep.
And so you can stick to this channel, because we'll be doing that review, we'll be doing other reviews, and we have all kinds of movie content here. So give us a like, comment down below, let us know what you thought of this extended look at Aquaman. go ahead and chat with us. We'll chat back with you. We'll talk about it with you.
Are you anxious for this movie? What were your thoughts on it? Do you think an Aquaman movie is necessary? What did you think of him in costume? What did you have for breakfast this morning? We want to know because, I mean, we're kind of limited on breakfast foods right now.
I have some delicious waffles in the freezer.
Oh, yes, waffles.
Give us a subscribe also. You know, this is the YouTube things. Do all those YouTube things. Give us some support here if you like what we're doing. And we'll catch you guys in the next video.
Well, later.
See ya. Fishy, fishy.